Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monday's Market Outlook here at TGO Top Gun Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz. And for my weekly options, folks, I'm actually holding a 500-pound head roundtable at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So go ahead and check your email and make sure you have the link to join me. We're going to be over at Timing Research at 1 o'clock. And we have a lot of smart folks getting together today. Wanted to do that mainly because of all the craziness that's going on in the market. Let me get to our craziness in a little bit. But as I predicted last week, this is going to get a hell of a lot uglier. The killing of this Saudi journalist. I said last week that Mnuchin stuck to his guns for a little bit last week. What a difference even an hour makes, folks. I predicted this, and it's going to happen. There's no way Mnuchin attends this financial and oil conference, this investment conference at the end of the month. Secretary Mike Pompeo has been ordered by the president to go talk to the Saudi king in person. The president said today that the Saudi king denied all knowledge of it. He might not know, and the president, of course, the liberals and the media are already jumping all over him because the president said, hey, might have been rogue desk. If the crown prince was involved, I doubt the king knew about it. Doesn't matter. At the end of the day, this is bad. The president didn't do too good. I haven't been happy with Trump in the past couple of days, and I'll brief you on this. But the president said, hey, the arms deal is kind of off limits. That's still good to go, but I won't be pleased. Well, guess what Saudi said? Hey, man, you do anything, you retaliate against us over the Khashoggi case, and we're going to retaliate against you. They walked that back last night because I think they realized that was a little over their ski tips. I'm telling you, folks, Lindsey Graham, newly found Republican, shaking off the ghost of John McCain, said last week that they'll be hell to pay. They did kill this man. A Saudi hit squad killed this man. The Turks have it on tape. They've used some bullshit about he recorded it on his iPhone. So they actually have the audio of this guy getting questioned and tortured and killed. And Apple's like, wait a minute, how are we involved in this? I think that's a load of crap. I think the Turks obviously had that embassy under surveillance or listening devices, just like every embassy most likely does. So, short story long, guys, what I'm getting at is last week I sent out an urgent alert to do a bear call spread on Raytheon. I think this arms deal is in significant danger. That's a Raytheon and defense stocks had a massive rip your face off rally after the president signed that $110 billion arms deal. And that's not good. Raytheon's on a ledge here, and I think it's going to go lower. Just as I predicted last week that Amazon, this was a dead cat bounce. I predicted this ledge, and it goes lower, and I said this is a dead cat bounce. A lot of my private coaching clients were like, it's time to get in. I'm like, nope. If anything, it's you add to your Jan 21s or pound this thing into the dirt. Amazon is not going to be rising anytime soon. So I have to keep an eye on the Saudi news. Like I said, Pompeo's going to get on an airplane to go talk to the king. And that's a lot of volatility. Not happy with the president's interview last night. I like the way he handled Leslie Stahl and didn't take any crap from her. But he called Mattis a Democrat and said, I don't know if he's staying or not. Secretary of Defense Mattis, I prefer to call him General Mattis because I think that's a preferably higher rank than a SecDef in Washington. That wasn't good. And he also said, Trump said, I probably know more about NATO than and how it operates than Mattis. That's just ridiculously, patently stupid statement to say. He might have meant, I get the politics of it or something like that. I think that's even more stupid. So I'm not digging the president of late, especially the way he handled this Saudi murder last week. He kind of, I know he's playing trying to play chess here and arms deals and oil, and they're our balance to Iran in the region. But if these dudes are going to be knocking off journalists, Obama spied on journalists, but these guys are at least knocked them off. That's not going to be a good thing. Not happy with Trump's interview with what he was saying about Mattis last night. Not good. So the trade war tensions continue to rise. We keep ratcheting it up. The rhetoric back and forth. We still don't have a date to meet. These two might shake hands and maybe talk at the G20 meeting at the end. That's the end of November, folks. We got a month and a half of a shit show to ride through, and it's not good. Another reason why I said on Friday I sent out an urgent alert to get long some SDS shares and put these things in a safe deposit box. We're already up a full percent today, or SDS is almost up a full percent today. This thing's going to head higher if the market goes lower. We really are on a cliff right here. We are struggling in the S&P 500 to hold this 200-day moving average. If we don't get off the mat here, we're heading lower. We had good Bank of America earnings today. We had some good financials. Jamie Dimon, JP Morgan on Friday. Didn't do anything to get us off the map here. So really, really interesting. Good interview with Jeffrey Gundlach last week. It seems like last year, with Trump blaming the Fed for the market rout. He's right. So Barack Hussein Obama had near zero, or negative, if you ask me, zero interest rates, and a Fed that was literally printing money, folks, literally printing money, $85 billion a month, and propping this market up. Now under Donald Trump, the guy's going to ratchet up interest rates, and they have to unwind that balance sheet. All that money that they printed, you just don't light it on fire, folks. They have to unwind the balance sheet. So raising interest rates, and you guys know the wizism, or you should know it by now, when interest rates are high, stocks will die. When interest rates are low, stocks will grow. Interest rates were low. They kind of went up under Obama. We were having a nice rip your face off rally under Trump, until the Fed decided to do this. So I think it's a double whammy, and I don't think we're going to see really a get off the mat here anytime soon. I think earnings should be a catalyst to drive us higher. It just doesn't feel like it. Financials have been pretty damn good, and the market's just kind of ignoring it. Dow was up a little bit today. Dow's down right now as I do this video. It is not time to buy the dip. It is time that now is popcorn moments, folks. For my members, I told folks to go out and add to their Jan 21s. That's not a bad idea with the stuff at a discount. Everything recovers, folks, whether it was 9/11, the financial crisis, the pets.com, the tech stock implosion. Markets always recover, save for some just massive, horrific event or terrorist attack. I mean, even after wars, folks, we get back on our horse, but it just doesn't feel like we're getting off the mat anytime soon. And then obviously coming up here, we have 16 days, November 1st, we have Iranian sanctions kicking back in. So a lot of potential volatility on the rise in here, and we got to start being safe. All these limousine liberal shitty stocks, Facebook, Twitter, Google, they continue to just shine their ass to this country, and literally these are the folks that are engaging in interfering in an election. Facebook ditched 800 accounts, millions upon millions of conservative account of followers disappeared. I forget the name of this huge Christian one that they ditched. It's insane. So you want to talk about interference in an election, you're staring at it. So a lot of volatility ahead here, guys. Like I said, on Friday, I sent out an urgent alert to get bullish on SDS. Just straight calls, man. Throw these in your back pocket here. And we might even look at a bull put spread. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock, we're going to do a joint weekly options and primary live trade brief, because like I said, we're heading over to timing research in a little bit here at 1 o'clock, because I'm going to host a trader roundtable with a lot of smart folks. So make sure you join me at 1 o'clock in that. Make sure you take a look at getting bullish on some SDS. The VIX actually was down here a little bit. Yeah, it's only up a percent right now. A lot of folks have already gotten their hedges on, folks. So this is why, remember, 80% of the time when the market goes down, the VIX goes up. About 20% of the time, the inverse is true. And that's really where we take some sniper shots and make some good money as an options trader. But remember, volatility doesn't stay elevated forever. It can start coming in here even as the market goes down a little bit lower. That's why I shifted from being in volatility trades to being in an SDS. We still have some, or I still have some short VXX trades on for Friday. And again, Friday's a world away. A lot of stuff. It's Monday. I'd hang on to those because we've already seen a big spike in volatility, and it has to revert to its mean. So it has some VXX on there as well, short, but kind of as a hedge to those trades not doing well. Got to be having some SDS in here. That's the ProShares Ultra Short S&P 500, meaning as the S&P goes down, this goes up 3 times that amount. So this is kind of a an afterburner trade, so to speak, in case the market decides to not hang on to this ledge. There's a lot of stuff hanging. This is a binary trade right now, folks. Either we're gonna bounce around this 200 and rally, or we're heading lower. And I have no idea where lower is underneath this, where the next support would be. We got 50-day, we got 200-day. I don't even know what the 300-day, 250-day. Never even heard of those moving averages. So dangerous time in the market, folks. But as an options trader, I whenever I use the word danger, it's opportunity, man. Get some SDS on. I would be taking a look at pounding some of these fangs into the dirt. Amazon is not looking good. Facebook was up a little bit earlier, but did you see more news of hackings? Look at this crappy chart. It's just it's an awful company. I briefed you last week on the slowing rate of advertising. People are ditching Facebook, folks. How do you make money getting rid of millions upon millions of users? Can somebody explain that to me? And I'm still waiting for somebody to answer my tweet about yesterday. I was over in Estero, Florida, on the West Coast, with a hockey tournament with my son. And afterwards, we walked right past the Nike outlet and went to the Under Armour. Spent about almost $500 in Under Armour. Walked right past Nike. Can somebody do the math and explain how that's going to help their earnings? And don't give me any of this stupid liberal bullshit about, well, it's an international company. So you're telling me that my nearly $500 purchase yesterday was offset by sales in Senegal or Greenland? It's so stupid. Well, they're playing to the my son Jack understands all of this and the Kaepernick crap and everything like that. He will never shop there. That's his own words. And he's, Dad, my kids will never shop here either. So please do me a favor. If you're watching this video, please tell me how getting rid of or alienating half your customer base makes economic sense. You can't. And if you try and twist and contort yourself into somehow believing that, you're an idiot. And I'll take the other side of that trade. So, all right, guys, I got to get going. I got to get ready to host this 1 o'clock session. So make sure if you're a member to check for a link in your inbox. Friday, I'm flying up to Vermont. I'm going to go watch my son play hockey at Dartmouth and UVM, and actually a home game. So 3 hockey games this weekend. So Friday, if we're supposed to have a coaching call on Friday, I'm probably going to move that up to Thursday sometime, or maybe over the weekend, because we have a full day, an all-day speaker event on Saturday, actually, that I'm hosting. So, all right, guys, I got to run. Have a great rest of your day. Make sure you hedge. It's just not a little cute tagline as I leave. Make sure you hedge, man. If you're not flying around this market hedged, it'll leave a mark. So make sure you're hedged, okay? Happy hunting and God bless, and I'll see many of you at 1 o'clock.